Selling your home? Don't fall prey to one of these deadly sins. Over the last couple of years, sellers have had this unrealistic perception that the real estate market is always in their favor. Awash with bidding wars that push property prices sky high and force buyers to waive nearly every protection for them in order to win a house, the tables are starting to turn. Among rising interest rates, rising inflation, and a looming recession, this red-hot seller's market is over. The number of homes for sale continue to grow, they are sitting on the market longer, and buyers have much more to choose from. Now, many sellers are recognizing that their expectations when putting their house on the market must change if they want to sell their home in a timely fashion and for the most amount of money. If you're thinking of selling your home, check out this video to see if you are guilty of one of these 7 selling no-nos. Hey everyone, I'm Lynea Carver with eXp Realty and welcome to my YouTube channel where I talk about all things living in and around Bonnie Lake and Lake Tapps, Washington. If at any point throughout this video you have questions, I want to hear them. So leave me a comment and I may create a video just for you. Now let's get into it. Number 1 is greed. The most common selling mistake is overpricing your home. Overpricing the home can cause the most damage of all. It can scare off buyers, it will take longer to sell, it will drop from online search results, and so much more. And if it does get in contract at too high of a price, the likelihood of appraisal issues is much higher. For the last few years, low appraisals have not been an issue, but I am actually starting to see appraisals come in low. Number 2, don't be a sloth. Whatever you do, don't be that seller who embraces the concept of not lifting a finger to get your house ready for sale. If your home needs basic fixes, some deferred maintenance items need to be taken care of, you need to do it. This is not the market to leave food on the counter, dirty clothes hanging in the laundry room, or underwear on display for everyone to see when they come look at your home. If I'm being super honest, even in a piping hot seller's market, the sloth seller is not the type of seller I would ever encourage you to be. Especially in this market though, a buyer is not likely to write an offer on your house if you don't put in the time and effort to make it showable and sellable. In many cases, no one will write an offer until you decide to make a decent effort to prepare your house properly for sale. Number 3, envy. Just because your neighbor's house sold 3 months ago for a certain price does not mean that is what your house is worth in today's market. Having envy for a neighbor's high price can be disastrous to your own results. There is so much that goes into pricing beyond what your neighbor's got. Things like timing, condition, location, size, and many other factors will increase the risk of sin number 1, greed. Number 4, pride. Having pride in your home, it's important, but too much pride could be your detriment when selling your home. Your agent knows what will help make your home marketable to the most amount of people. So don't poo-poo any of their suggestions. Don't ask your friends what they did to prep their home for sale when they sold their home a few months ago in a different market. Doing that is just like expecting your home to sell for the same amount of money that your neighbors got in a different market. Timing is everything. Hey, before I forget, if you want a copy of my free guide of how to prep your home for sale, just click the link in the description below and you can download it right away. Okay, number 5, no, gluttony. Selling your house, it's not like Thanksgiving dinner. This isn't the time to demand more and overstuff your appetite. Let me tell you a story. I was working with a client who received 2 viable cash offers after being on the market for only 4 days in this market. When both of those buyers heard that there was a competing offer, both of those buyers came back and offered the seller more money while the seller didn't even ask. When I went to review both offers with my client, she asked me to go back and ask for more. At that point, both buyers were irritated and almost walked away. Fortunately, I was able to save it and my seller did end up getting in contract with one of the very high over list cash offers that were on the table, but that may not always happen. If you are getting multiple offers in this market today, take the best one and negotiate appropriately, but don't go back and ask all buyers to come in with more. You could end up with nothing. Number 6, wrath. Listen, 'tis the season for low offers and buyer requests for closing costs credit or repairs after inspections. Prepare yourself before going to market that this could happen to you. And honestly, it's no reason to be upset. Don't let your emotions get the best of you if you don't like how a potential buyer feels about your home. Negotiate. This actually happened recently to one of my colleagues. Her clients were so irritated that a buyer requested closing costs, so instead of negotiating the offer, they turned it down completely. They were on the market for 2 more weeks until another offer came in, and then that offer was much lower than the original one. Eek! Number 7, and finally, lust. This can hurt you. I've seen it happen on several occasions. Falling in love with another home before you've sold your current one typically does not end well. I promise you that. In one of my clients' cases, they chose to write an offer on a house prior to putting their house on the market. When this happens and your offer is accepted, you're stuck to very stringent timelines. In their case, when an offer came through 12 days after being on market and it was lower than they had anticipated, they had no choice but to accept it or lose the home they had fallen in love with. I don't want any of this to happen to you. So in all seriousness, selling your house is not a stress-free experience. But if you don't allow yourself to be guilty of these 7 no-nos, I promise you the process will be much easier. For additional questions, give me a call and let me help guide you home. I am always happy to help. I hope you found this information valuable. If you did, make sure to subscribe so you can be in the know every time I post a new video. I'm Lynea Carver with eXp Realty, making dreams come true, one home at a time.